Yo, YouTube, how are you guys doing today? What is up? It is a semi-beautiful Thursday. I'm in a good mood. I hope you guys are too. Today's video is going to be continuing the devil fruit discussion. Today, we are going to be covering Zoan type devil fruits. And before we get into the video at all, I do want to state right here, right now, this video will have major spoilers. Major spoilers. So, if you are not fully caught up in the manga, it's the manga you need to be caught up in. If you're not fully caught up in the manga, there will be spoilers in this video that will drastically impact how you view certain things in the story. But yeah, today we will be covering Zoan type devil fruit. Alright guys, let's just hop right on into it. Now, Zoan devil fruits are one of the 3 devil fruit types. This type of devil fruit allows a user to transform into an animal species at will or an interspecies hybrid. Unlike Paramecia and Logia devil fruits, Zoans are said to carry wills of their own even when unconsumed. Though it's not commonly known, but otherwise may explain their ability to give life to the inanimate, specifically inanimate objects like swords and guns. This term was first used, the Zoan type term was first used when Dalton's devil fruit was used to attack Wapol in the Drum Island arc. Now, quick little overview. Zoan type devil fruits grant the ability to transform into a certain animal species. Generally, they provide the user 3 basic forms. Their human form, which is the user's natural form prior to consuming the fruit. Human beast form, which is a hybrid form combining the characteristics of both the user's original species and the fruit bestowed species into an unusual form, usually in a bizarre way, where their size is greatly exaggerated, and their full beast form, a form in which the user is fully transformed into the bestowed species. Now, a majority of Zoan devil fruits come in different groups known as series, differentiated by specific classification known as models. These groups are divided based on the different variations of animal. For example, the jackal, dutch hound, and wolf fruits all fall into the inu or dog series, while the bison and giraffe fruits belong to the ushi or ox series. And the anaconda, king cobra, and Yamata no Orochi fruits are of the hebi or snake series. Even for fruits without a model, there may be other fruits with the same series that do have one. For example, Chopper's Hito no Mi, Sengoku's Hito no Mi model Daiubutsu, Onimaru's Hito no Mi model Onyudo, and this is where the spoiler is going to come in, Luffy's Zoan type devil fruit, the Hito no Mi model Nika. Sengoku's fruit is also unique among Zoans in that rather than turning him into a living being, it transforms him into an animate golden statue. Zoan hybrid forms are almost always bipedal. The only known hybrid forms of human users shown so far that were not bipedal are the Gorgon sisters' hebi no Mi fruits, as snakes do not have legs. Another effect shown for many different Zoan users is that when the half-human, half-animal hybrid state, sometimes the user tends to grow bigger than they normally are, even to giant proportions. Some full beast forms are larger than the real animals too. The Neko no Mi model saber tiger, for example. Most Zoan fruits only provide 3 basic forms. However, through training or through the use of certain drugs, it is possible for Zoan users to unlock additional transformations. For instance, Chopper could transform into several different points with the use of a rumble ball, and Black Maria had used a similar drug to alter her own human beast form. Chopper was then able to transform himself to train himself to transform into most of his points without using a rumble ball, and Marco could transform selective parts of his body at will. It is also important to note that Zoans work exactly in the same way as others. For example, the Tama no Mi gives the user's body the properties of a chicken egg and requires an outside force for the user to transform further into a chick, then a full-grown chicken, and then back into the original form. Also, though, non-canon, Grount's ability is able to transform only his left arm for some unknown reason. Now, inanimate object Zoan transformation. Some year before the current timeline, Dr. Vegapunk discovered a technique that allows one to make an inanimate object eat a devil fruit. The details of the technique have not yet been revealed. So far, Zoan is the only type of devil fruit that inanimate objects have been shown as being able to absorb. Inanimate object Zoans seem to be very loyal to whoever owns them. Objects that have ingested a Zoan fruit gain the mobility, abilities, and intelligence of the animal they turn into. This can be a drawback as the object also gains a living creature's ability to feel pain and fear and becomes susceptible to disease. This technique that allows an object to eat a Zoan fruit is not limited to solid materials, as a gaseous slime can also be used as a medium. The 4 cases in which inanimate objects have canonically absorbed a devil fruit are Babes Bazooka Lasso, Inu Inu no Mi model Dutch Hound, Spandam Sword Funkfried, which is the elephant fruit, Caesar Clown's poisonous gas Smiley, the Sarah Sarah no Mi model Axolotl, and Kozuki Sukiyaki's teapot Bunbuku, the Inu Inu no Mi model Tanuki. And then non-canonically, there are 2 more cases we have seen, which is Shuzo's Bazooka Al Pacino and Patrick Redfield's Pen Pato Inu Inu no Mi model Bake Danuki. Now, subclasses of Zoan fruits. The Zoan class devil fruit has 3 known subclasses that exist beside the standard variety: ancient, mythical, and artificial. The first 2 are considered to be rarer than regular Zoans. Now, ancient Zoans. Ancient Zoan is a subclass of Zoan that allows the user to transform into ancient animals such as dinosaurs. Ancient Zoan fruits are much rarer than regular Zoans. On top of a significant physical power boost, ancient Zoans transformations may come with bodily characteristics not seen in modern day animals, which may be advantageous in combat. Examples include the extreme durable super thick skull plate granted by the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚪𝚡 Zoan, the mammoth Zoan providing the user with a strong trunk and large tusks that are beyond a regular elephant's, or the saber-toothed tiger Zoan giving the user an elongated pair of fangs that modern big cats do not possess. In addition, dinosaur models in particular are noted for bestowing incredible durability and endurance when their transformation is employed, due to the tough hides and scales they give their users. Furthermore, some ancient Zoan fruits may grant abnormal physical abilities. Examples of this include Sasaki, who is able to rotate his Triceratops neck like a frill like a propeller, Queen, who can become a pseudo-snake by detaching his Brachiosaurus neck and tail from his torso, and King, who can shoot out his pterodon head with incredible force by pulling back on and then letting go of his head crest. The users of these abnormal abilities have claimed that the real animals were normally capable of such. 9 ancient Zoan powers have been revealed so far, all of which are wielded by former members of the Beast Pirates. Of the top-ranked officers, 6 of those are based on dinosaurs. You have the Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, Pterodon, Brachiosaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, and Triceratops from the from the Beast Pirates, but that's specifically from the Toby Ropo group. And then 3 of said 9 are not based on ancient reptiles, which is the mammoth, the Rosamagale Gravogli, which is a massive spider, which was eaten by Black Maria, and the saber-toothed tiger eaten by Who's Who. Now, moving on into mythical Zoans. Mythical Zoan is a subclass of Zoan that allows the user to transform into creatures or even powerful entities that are the subject of myth and legend. It is the rarest type of Zoan, even more rare than Logia powers. In accordance with their rarity, mythical Zoan fruits seem to be the most powerful class of Zoan. The majority of users seem to possess unique abilities akin to Paramecia on top of standard Zoan transformation. An example of sharing function with the Paramecia include the nine-tailed fox Zoan's ability to transform into someone's lookalike, which is similar in function to the copying abilities of the Mane Mane no Mi, which was eaten by Bon Clay. There are even cases of mythical Zoan users being able to access these abilities without transforming. Specifically, spoilers again, the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚪𝚡 no Mi model Nika in particular, permanently transforming its consumer's body into a rubbery state, similar to the effects of a Paramecia. Furthermore, a mythical Zoan fruit may bestow more than a single special ability. Example, Kaido being able to generate and manipulate different elements, fire, lightning, and wind in his Azure Dragon form, as well as conjure flame clouds to make himself and other things fly. 9 mythical Zoan powers have been shown in canon. The 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚪𝚡 no Mi model Nika, the Tori Tori no Mi model Phoenix, the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎 no Mi model Daibutsu, the Uo Uo no Mi model Seiryu, which is the fish fruit model Azure Dragon, Inu Inu no Mi model Kyubi no Kitsune, Hebi no Mi model Yamato no Orochi, Hito no Mi model Onyudo, the Inu Inu no Mi model Okuchi no Makami, and the Uma no Mi model Pegasus. So far, only one artificial mythical Zoan power has been shown in canon, and it is the artificial devil fruit eaten by Kozuki Momonosuke. This fruit is a failed copy of Kaido's fish fruit model Azure Dragon. Non-canonically, there are 3 mythical Zoans that have been seen. The Inu Inu no Mi model Bake Danuki, eaten by Pato, and the Bato no Mi model Vampire, eaten by Patrick Redfield. And finally, the Tori no Mi model Nue, eaten by Toretsugo. Now, getting into artificial Zoans. Artificial Zoan is a Zoan devil fruit created through non-natural means. Unlike normal devil fruits, artificial devil fruits have ring patterns rather than typical swirls. In the Punk Hazard arc, it is revealed that Dr. Vegapunk attempted to create his own devil fruit. However, the resulting fruit was a failure. Momonosuke found the failed devil fruit, ate it out of hunger. As a result, he gained the ability to transform into an Eastern dragon, though he has shown little to no control over the ability. At a later point, Caesar Clown concocted a substance SAD and used it to successfully create specialized artificial Zoan-type devil fruits named Smiles. Kaido, one of the 4 emperors, monopolizes Smiles to create an army of Zoan users in collaboration with Don Quixote do Flamingo. Unfortunately, Smiles only have a 10% success rate. The other 90%, in addition to losing the ability to swim, will also lose the ability to express negative emotions and will only be able to smile and laugh regardless of their feelings. Truly a sad thing. Not for the beast pirates, but for the innocent people that are forced to eat them, which we see in the Wano arc. We see a town that was starving being fed rejected smile fruits, and they ate those out of starvation and desperation, and now can only smile and laugh no matter what their true emotions are, which is tragic. Artificial devil fruits also differ from normal devil fruits in that some of those who eat artificial devil fruits appear to be permanently stuck in hybrid form, unable to change to either their full human or full beast form. Furthermore, artificial devil fruits are unique in that they can give devil fruit users a sentient version of their animal as well. For example, Hold'em's lion head, named Kamijiro, located in his stomach, and similarly Babanuki's elephant head, also in his stomach. These creatures are shown to be sentient with separate minds from their users, to the point where they can even quarrel with one another, as seen when Kamijiro attacked Hold'em's crotch while annoyed with Hold'em. Interestingly, despite this individuality mentally, it has been shown that they share the same body and feelings physically, as Kamijiro almost immediately reacted to the pain after Hold'em did. It is shown that Smile users are vulnerable to Tama's devil fruit ability as well. Alright, and now I'm just going to quickly go down the list of all known devil fruit users. Feel free to pause the video and look at your own pace. So, we have standard Zoan users. We have all of these people right here. Dalton, Tony Chopper, the Boa sisters, the Minotaurs, koalas, rhinoceros, and zebras. Onigumo has an unnamed spider devil fruit. We have our ancient users right here, our mythical users right here, our artificial users right here, mostly from the Beast Pirates. We have some non-canon users. Patrick Redfield, I had to Google this myself. He is from a game, I believe, and he has oh wait, we want that. And he has the Bat Fruit model Vampire, which is, I wish that was a real canon devil fruit. That would be so powerful and strong, and it would be so cool. Alright, so now that we've covered that, let's go over some of their strengths and weaknesses, starting with strengths. Primary strength of Zoan-type fruits is improving the user's physical abilities and attributes, far surpassing the raw physical power of a typical human. This was demonstrated by Lucci and Kaku, whose Rokushiki attacks became exponentially more powerful when they activated the human-beast hybrid form. Zoan fruits give the user the ability to augment their pre-existing strength and abilities with the strength and abilities of the animal that they transform into. As stated by 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛, Zoan users are able to further increase their physical strength through training. As stated by 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚑𝚝, a fruit that transforms the user into a carnivorous animal is called the carnivorous Zoan. The users of carnivorous Zoan fruits become more ferocious than other Zoan users and have predatory attributes that are advantageous in combat, such as sharp fangs and claws. This was first brought up when Chopper saw 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎 transform into a leopard. In addition, the enhancement of the user's physical might, the Zoan fruit power possesses a large variety of useful abilities that are mainly dependent on the kind of animal allows the user to transform into. By transforming into the animal form or the animal-human hybrid form, the Zoan user gains the features of the animal that they do not have in their normal state. For example, users of bird Zoans and flying insect Zoans gain the ability to fly. The mole Zoan user allows the ability to dig through the earth. The king cobra Zoan allows the user to spit globs of venom. A spider Zoan allows the user to spin a web to entrap enemies. A turtle Zoan allows the user to gain a hard shell on their back for protection. Users of wild canine and feline Zoans, such as Lucci's leopard Zoan, Jabra's wolf Zoan, and Chaka's jackal Zoan, gain sharp teeth and claws. Animals who eat human Zoans gain human intelligence and the ability to speak. Mainly we see through Chopper. I do not believe there is another animal who has eaten a human fruit, seeing as how that would mean there is another base level human fruit, so just Chopper for that. Mythical Zoan type users gain these advantages to a more extreme degree, as their animals typically possess special supernatural powers that are impossible for naturally animals to possess or obtain. For example, the Phoenix Zoan allows the user to generate flames that have healing properties, granting the user the ability to regenerate from attack damage and healing others to a certain degree. Inanimate object Zoan users possess additional abilities that organic Zoan users do not possess based on the nature of the object. For example, Funkfried, a sword with the elephant Zoan, can be used to both charge at opponents as an elephant and cut opponents with a blade. Lasso, a gun that can transform into a 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎, is able to independently move around while firing projectiles. Bunbuku is able to store hot liquids in its body due to being a teapot even when transformed into a tanuki. While it has not been stated that inanimate objects can be fed 𝚑𝚘𝚙𝚎 and Logia type devil fruits, every devil fruit powered object seen so far only has a Zoan ability. Now, talking about awakenings. Like all devil fruit abilities, Zoan types can be awakened. An awakened Zoan gains far greater strength, speed, and durability than those with unawakened Zoan powers. This also includes a faster recovery rate which functions involuntarily even when the user is unconscious. However, awakening a Zoan fruit comes with the risk of the innate nature of the fruit's respective animal consuming the user, causing them to lose their personalities and become simple-minded beasts. In those cases, awakened Zoan fruit users do not show signs of complex thought, seemingly acting out of instinct and power, and are always in the form resembling their full beast form, but with human attributes. This drawback reveals the reason behind the jailer beast's dull-looking and simple nature. It is unknown if they can still revert back to their original form after awakening, or if these new forms and mindsets are permanent. In some rare cases, though, Zoan users can retain their personality upon awakening their fruit. In these cases, rather than degenerating into mindless beasts, as with most awakened Zoans, the user will gain access to a powerful new awakened form, in addition to their previous transformations. This form is characterized by flaming hair and what appears to be a sash of flaming smoke appearing around the user. So far, only Monkey D. Luffy and 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑 have been demonstrated to use this ability. Luffy is a special case since his fruit's awakening also demonstrates traits of an awakened 𝚑𝚘𝚙𝚎, such as expanding his rubber powers and being able to transform the surrounding environment, including other living beings and even intangible substances like lightning, into rubber. This likely is due to his fruit being of the mythical variety. However, as with awakened 𝚑𝚑𝚙𝚎 users, those who are not used to their awakened powers will suffer from severe exhaustion if used too much. 4 out of the 5 jailer beasts, Monkey D. Luffy and 𝙲𝚘𝚎, are all confirmed to be awakened Zoan users. It is unknown if the jailer beast's new recruit, Mino Chihuahua, is one as well. Now, we are going to touch on their weaknesses as well. With the exception of certain supernatural abilities granted by mythical type fruits, Zoan fruits only enhance the attributes of the body. Thus, Zoan type users are unable to affect their environment in their unique ways that many Paramecia and Logia fruits are capable of. At best, their new forms just give them greater protection from environmental peril. Given that Zoan abilities are most effective in close combat, opponents who can use their environment to fight from a distance may reduce a Zoan user's effectiveness. Although Zoan users possess the ability to improve their physical power, they may initially have trouble adjusting their transformed bodies and utilizing their fighting styles with different physical attributes. This was first seen when Kaku tried to fight for the first time after eating the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚑𝚝 model giraffe and struggled to use his swords with his arms and neck becoming much longer. However, users who are innovative such as Kaku can typically find a way to use their Zoan transformation to change their fighting styles. New Zoan users can also have difficulty transforming into their hybrid form, potentially resulting in chaos if their full animal form is not suited to their environment, as seen when Kaku fully transformed into a giraffe and fell through the floor. Furthermore, even though Zoan users can increase their abilities when they transform, the user's own natural abilities and skills will ultimately affect the result. Kurozumi Orochi, who has been a mythical Zoan type user for around 41 years and has entered his full beast form, was effortlessly defeated by 6 of the 9 scabbards, despite all of them being badly wounded after being defeated by Kaido. He's just a shit fighter, therefore even in his mythical Zoan type form, he is still a shit fighter. If a Zoan user should receive a permanent wound or even lose a limb while in transformed state, transforming back into their regular forms won't allow them to heal such injuries. This was shown when Kaido was dealt an everlasting scar by Kozuki Oden when transformed into a dragon, yet it continued to appear on him even when in human form. This also includes limbs that grow from users their Zoan form, such as when Orochi could not regrow any of his additional heads that were cut off during the raid on Onigashima. Zoan fruits grant different degrees of intelligence based on what the user is and what kind of creature they transform into. Animals who consume the Hito no Mi will gain the intelligence of a human, while objects with Zoan abilities gain the consciousness of that animal. This may create challenges for people who own animals or objects with Zoan powers. Animals who transform into other animals do not increase their intelligence, so their ability to utilize advantages granted by their transformations may be limited. Inanimate objects retain their animal consciousness even when in their inanimate form, which may result in their usefulness decreasing if they are afflicted by emotions such as fear. This was seen when Funkfried transformed from his sword form to his elephant form when Frank threatened him. Additionally, inanimate Zoan users can get afflicted by ailments like sickness, as seen by Lassu having a cold. If any creature were to eat a Zoan class devil fruit, that is exactly the same as their original species, such as a human eating Nomi, it would result in a complete waste as they gain no transformation whatsoever, yet acquire all the typical weaknesses of a normal devil fruit. Alright guys, that is going to be it for the video today. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me and hanging out with me all through this one. It means the world to me every single time you guys do. If you guys could like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, it would mean the world to me as a small YouTuber trying to make a name for himself. You guys know I love you, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.